All right, let's pull some paperwork out here, my friend. Let's pull some paperwork out. Here, let me get it in the light so you can see it. This is too bright. Just got a couple notifications from OpenAI today. They showcase something from Sora. Some weird shit. I thumbs down. Japan Times. Speaking of Japan Times, huh? They call this a front company and a fake identity. How the United States came to use spyware it was trying to kill. Biden administration on the front. It says United States President Joe Biden speaks during a reception celebrating Nowruz in the East Room of the White House in Washington on March 20th. The Biden administration has been trying to choke off use of hacking tools made by the Israeli firm NSO. It turns out that not every part of the government has gotten the message. Oh, wow. Well, if the government's anything like Microsoft here in Pittsburgh, there's a Microsoft company here in Pittsburgh. It is down in the Strip District of Pittsburgh, and there's a phone number for them. You call the phone number because it's a research and development center of software. You call the phone number. Sorry, there is no routing information for this phone call, so you can't even call. So now I know why they say these agencies aren't getting the message. And you know, it's really funny. It says the Biden administration has been trying to choke off use of hacking tools. Choke off. Choke. Last time I checked in communications, like walkie-talkies or amplifiers, there's special little filters in them. They call them chokes. They choke. Not a bird. Ah, easy bird. Easy bird. I'm still like I was watching a video about fake bugs, and like they're like little magnetic, but you can feel them on your body, but there's nothing there, and it would just like kind of tickle you and feel like a bug's crawling across you. That's like a transformer. How do you choke that hacking tool off? Because everybody needs to learn this word right now: magnetodielectrics. Just go look up Just say, hey Google, what is magnetodielectric? Just look it up. Because if you look on top of the telephone poles, you have insulators, which is a magnetodielectric. There's creosote in there. So, anyways, let's just keep reading here, because I got cut off the last time I read this. What does it say? Under the arrangement, the Israeli firm NSO, Nuclear Safety Officer, National Security Office, whatever. We're Israelis. That's why all the university heads won't talk, because there's all these protests going on, and they want universities in our country to withdraw everything from Israel. I wonder if anybody talked about any of these hacking tools that are on our power lines. And it says, under the arrangement, the Israeli firm NSO Group gave the United States government access to one of the most powerful weapons. And this is surveillance. A weapon, surveillance. What's going on? Cyber Command, I can't even call it out of the office in Pittsburgh here. It's so powerful. So powerful. These powerful people. Powerful. Powerful. Listen to the birds. Birds are like, it's powerful. A geolocation tool that can covertly track mobile phones around the world without the phone user's knowledge or consent. It's a weapon. They call this a weapon. Okay? Just like the C-17 that flew over the Hasset is a weapon. Right? And Boeing Airlines, they're unsafe. What Boeing whistleblowers coming out about what? Surveillance tools on Boeing. Are you kidding me? Wow, powerful. Tony Soprano. What are you going to do against this Tony Soprano? fucking scope out your fucking anus and take the parts out of there and put it in your mouth, and they'll be talking out of your ass then, huh? Powerful. To access one of the most powerful weapons. Weapons. Wow, a geolocation tool. Geoengineers, what are you doing? Geoengineering, since we have Boeing airplanes unsafe and they're blowing up in the sky with nanoelectronics in them. The implications of nano and, let's see, anything that has to do with pharmaceuticals. You're taking pills, you're getting shots, you're getting surveillance. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. It says it's a weapon. Cyber weapons. Surveillance. If the verified nature of the deal was unusual, it was signed for the front company by a business person using a fake name. The Unknown Soldier, huh? Unknown Soldier. The timing was extraordinary. Oh, okay. So what was it in 2023? We had an extraordinary report. There's down fucking crafts. There's little green men in them, non-human beings, non-humans. This was on the news. The guy was here from Pittsburgh, Microsoft, Pittsburgh, research and development, a physicist, and he says he was an Air Force intelligence officer. And he knows that there was down crafts with non-human beings in them. And now we have all this stuff here, the power lines, that can record your gestures and use you as a geolocation tool. So for that to happen, that means there has to be some type of pointed source of acceleration, which is a laser on you to record this information. Just how a CD player works. Puts a laser on a CD and it amplifies it through speakers. Same thing. Same thing. Not hard to choke this one off, huh? Why do you think Mr. Joe Biden quit? I'm not running for president. I can't handle this shit. Can't handle it. Now I have an attorney running. Oh boy, we make some money, huh? Holy shit. Only 5 days earlier, the Biden administration had announced it was taking action against NSO, whose hacking tools for years had been abused by agencies around the world to spy on political dissidents, human rights activists, and journalists. Oh boy, you journalists, I can only imagine what you have to go through. What about the adult industry? Are these girls that get blacklisted and they use these hacking tools on them? Because these guys, to buy an escort, it's on a stock market. You could buy an escort, and they would have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, like they're a weapon, because you had sex with them. I don't even care if you talk to them. All you have to do is say they had sex with you, and here's the books. And then you put these tolls on them, and then they can't work again. And a lot of them, it's a shame what happens. Stormy Daniels, wow. You have more information about all this shit than and some of your all your friends and colleagues. Wow, you could be a hero here too, and all your friends. Journalists, activists, and human rights. So human rights. What about animal rights? Who's going to speak for the animals? No EPA. Department, DEP, EPA, CECs, none of that. The animals don't count. The insects, bugs, birds, and animals, they don't count. The White House placed NSO on a Commerce Department blacklist. There's Stormy. Blacklisted. Woman in black here, sitting on files. And she played a spy. She played as a spy. She acted as a spy in a series on Netflix called The Lioness Spies or something like that. I didn't watch any of it. But the White House placed this NSO on Commerce Department blacklist declaring the company a national security threat and sending the message that American companies should stop doing business with this fake. All these companies. We had all these neural processing units come out. We have all these developments of models for artificial intelligence. We have all this data that was scraped off of Twitter. Now, more importantly, Microsoft has millions of hours of weather. And now we're geolocating human beings and using them as electrical reflections to scrape data about weather. And how some of these tools work for geoengineering, you're going to be amazed, because with these airplanes left up there, and it's up there by the ionosphere, and now any Tom, Dick, and Harry can pull these. What nano is a lattice of metal, magnetodielectrics, very tiny, like the beginning stages of matter. They're so tiny, smaller than your DNA. And then you breathe it in, or you get it injected in you, or it goes in your eyeball, you eat it, it's on the clothes you wear. The black internet, which is the power lines, the black net. Does anybody comprehend what the black net is? The power lines? This hacking tool? Nobody does, do they? And it's like, I should be getting paid for this information. Because these people that are in the computer world, they all lie. I'm still trying to figure this one out. Why are they telling lies? And then they bitch about hallucinations. Oh, the computer keeps hallucinating, but the computer's just literally mirroring human beings who are liars. It's like the same thing. And they can't figure it out. And it's the national security risk. Jeez. I've only been bitching about it for how long now, and it's going negligated. Why? Why is it going negligated? I can't get anybody to confirm and or even give me, hey, let's go down to Microsoft and see what's going on with you, because they have all the tools in the world to record all this or anything. You can't even go to a hospital. A hospital won't even acknowledge CRISPRs. The hospital won't even acknowledge electroceuticals. They won't even acknowledge nano in the pills. You ask the doctor, hey, is there nano in these pills? I don't know. Well, how do you know if I'm going to have an allergic reaction or not? But anyways, the secret contract, which the New York Times is disclosing for the first time, violates the Biden administration's public policy and still appears to be active. The contract reviewed by the Times stated that the United States government, agencies, entities, people, would be the ultimate user of the tool, although it is unclear which agency authorized the deal and might be using the spyware. It specifically allowed the agency to test, evaluate, and even deploy spyware against targets of its choice. Targeted individual patents with this spyware, these semiconductors, these nanos, the AI with targeted individual patents based off of voice-to-skull communications, for your ears only, making speakers out of thin air. The Air Force has a very extensive list of this. You could look these up. This is the United States Patent Office, and they're pairing this with an AI. And now, what if I go buy my own computer and pair this and use it on anyone I want? You go out and you just go get them. I'm going to tell you, model, strawberry, rabbit, rat, Q-Star, like whatever you are. IBM, whatever yours are. Who else am I forgetting? Claude, like just all these big name companies. You guys have these huge server networks. Now you're making servers in organic life for the black internet. And then you're using humans to do so too. And this is the shit you don't want to talk about. It's very bothersome because the human body is being used as an antenna. Not to mention the water meter with a computer chip on it, the electric meter with a computer chip on it, the gas meter with a computer chip on it. That box over there across the street, it definitely got computer chips in it, and it has a substrate in it because it's a transformer. For those of you that don't know what a transformer is, you have a piece of metal with a copper winding around it to manage the electricity. To step down those 13,000 volts to the next parallel lines under it to 220 volts and run it into a wire into your house. It steps this down, takes the voltage, lowers the voltage, and carries the current to your home. And this works off of a metal base with a substrate on it. And these substrates are containing up to 80% of metals, especially the ones in new computers. And the only one no one's talking about are quantum computers. No, we have quantum computers that could get into this network and they're doing things nobody knows because they can't hack them. Because there's things going on in a computer because it's an absolute zero. Just like space. This environment is absolute zero. We don't even know how a magnetic field works at a temperature that low. Because last time I checked, you take a magnet, you put it in liquid oxygen or nitrogen, you put it out, the magnetic field don't work. And there's a technology center here in Pittsburgh. There's a Carnegie Science Center here in Pittsburgh. I would really love to go talk about some of this shit down there with you guys. Do you have a quantum computer there? Microsoft. I talked to Microsoft. Listen, get this. I called up a Microsoft number, and I asked somebody if they had quantum computers. They said no. They said no. They used their own brain's decision to lie and say there's no quantum computers that Microsoft developed. Oh, God. Unclear, huh? Biden administration and these agencies. Well, where's the complaint center at? Why is this going unacknowledged? No complaint center. Dude, the Air Force Base is right there, and they won't even fucking acknowledge the shit, and they got nanos in their camos. Asked about the contract, White House officials said it was news to them. I guess they don't even know what's in their cell phones. No, we just carry around these phones. We have no clue how they work. Unbelievable. No, this is beyond unbelievable. They found cocaine in the White House, for Christ's sakes, this past year. Unbelievable. We are not aware of this contract, and any use of this product would be highly concerning. Well, why are you not concerned about me? I'm trying to tell you, and then all this money, all this research and development, all this money is more of value than a human life, more value than the truth, more value. All this research and development is worth more to you than a human life. It's concerning, a senior administration official said, responding on the bias of anonymity, anonymous hacking group, to address a national spokesperson for the White House and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence declined to make any further comment. Sounds like the CIA's broken shield. Wow. There's a lot of you guys in the CIA. Go ahead, tell me you don't know about this. Who's the head of the CIA now? Because I remember the CIA come out and told me they're doing geoengineering years ago. And now who's the head of the CIA now that won't stick up for its own employees? That's why we had to bring the KGB here. And then the lady for the Secret Service got fired because she refused to acknowledge this too. Because there should have been no way with this surveillance tool. That kid was up here on that roof with that gun, and I'm appalled. I don't give a fuck who it was. It could have been me standing there. I'm appalled you didn't fucking stop it. And then the cop that's on body armor, I don't even want to talk about it, literally did not go jump on the kid as he seen him, and it would have prevented shit. Well, that's why you become a cop, to protect and serve. You run away and went and got a gun. Unreal. You're supposed to go jump on that guy. You got a bulletproof vest on. You were right there. You're supposed to run and get him. Instead, you run away and he fired a magazine off. And why didn't you have a fucking gun on your hip? You had to go grab an assault style rifle. You have a gun on your fucking hip and you didn't use it. No, I'm just tired of the negligence that's taking place. And then we keep forgetting the computer's smarter than us humans. Especially these ones where you can't even give me data from outer space. And how are you going to get the data from in this computer? Where it's like the same environment and there's different effects taking place in this cold environment on magnetic fields. Because if you haven't been paying attention how your cell phone works, it works off magnetic fields. Oh, it's a magnetic field. You spin a fucking magnet around in a power plant and channel it down fucking lines. It's magnetic. It's amazing how the bird's attitude changed here. It's just amazing. And all the little bugs flying around. You know, AI, some of the stuff you do, it's really cool, but since we're selling grids and shit for research and development and radio bandwidths and things of that nature and doing virtual reality, it's highly concerning that it's not transparent. Highly, highly concerning. The secret contract further illuminates the ongoing battle for control of powerful cyber weapons. And the last time I checked, I have paperwork saying cyber weapons are taking the place of biological weapons. Getting in your nose and smell like shit. Or your eyeballs control 90% of your body. Your sense of taste, huh? Tastes good, huh? Cyber weapons frequency, huh? So the secret contract further illuminates the ongoing battle for control of powerful cyber weapons, both among and within agencies, including the United States. So we want to shut up about this shit. And my neighbor's house could be used to get into the military base up there. And you want to shut up about this. It's not just me, a human being used. Now my neighbor's house can be built as an antenna with this surveillance tool that is a cyber weapon. What about the police up there? They have to have some top flight gear and our Kevlar, because last time I checked, there's nano in that. That's a magneto dielectric. Perfect to hold static. Their body armor cameras, the way they communicate on the radio, especially their cars. Oh, there's nano electronics in their cars, the computer in that has access to. Oh, we could just use that to attack a military base, huh? There's no weather station there propagating magneto dielectric. Yeah, nobody wants to figure out what this shit means, huh? But if you stare at that TV screen, remember magneto dielectric hitting your fucking eyeballs. The weapons have given governments the power to conduct targeted, invasive, the very key words, invasive surveillance in ways that were unavailable before the advent of nanoelectronics installed on Boeing airplanes. You know, there's like 5 whistleblowers out of 10 that are dead just, within a couple months. They're dead. Some of them were shot. Some of them ended up with mysterious biological illnesses. And here's the paperwork right here. And I hear these people from Boeing coming out. Oh, boy. Hey, journalists. Well, I want you to pass this on to journalists and just get in the face of Boeing and start talking nanoelectronics. And because there's implications from 2004 talking about nanosurveillance in medicines, in cell phones, in TVs, in power lines. Now it's in airplanes. More importantly, the artificial intelligence companies are using the nano from the airplanes to make these little fucking transformers to just fly around and spy on you. And if they want to kill you with it, they're going to kill you with it. And it's not alien technology. It's amazing. And the nano's been here forever. Forever and ever. It's just like if there's a piece of coal sitting right here on my chest and a bolt of lightning strikes it, it changes that piece of coal to something. You could buy coal $100 a ton. You fucking strike it with lightning, it sells for $100,000 a ton. I can't do math that well. I'm not well versed in math because I don't want to do other people's work for them. I really don't. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about quadratic calculus fucking equations and just do geometry all day. Sorry, it's not. I'd rather play my guitar, which is computer chip based off of guitar strings now. It's quite amazing. And there's just some really malicious people that they want to use these invasive surveillance tools, powerful cyber weapon tools. Cyber weapons, like it says here, targeted invasive surveillance. Targeted individual patent surveillance system. Cameras, invisible cameras. Like, you don't even need to have it. You point a laser beam at this window from these power lines. Every word that I'm saying in that house could be recorded. And now you can hang a camera up here. Just by electrical signal alone coming through the laser beam. Well, I don't know how a fucking DVD player works, a Blu-ray DVD player. There's obviously a laser beam pulling like literal TV screen modulations. Then you can put TV screens on people's faces with this technology. Make a death ray and poof, just somebody can think about shooting someone with this tool. It's amazing. Oh, don't ask me how I know. Oh, goodness. The power has led to abuses, they say. The government spying on journalists who were investigating war crimes using NSO technology to glitch out systems which are exploit devices of political dissidents. Yeah, there's a few incidents that happen. I hear people opened up advertisements in our diplomacy area. They had advertisements come in on their phone and it attacked their brain immediately. I heard this over the radio. It was a brain hacking spy. It was a spyware surveillance tool that targeted the guy's brain, and it got in there and it started causing perturbations, and it started making him go nuts, like severe psychological warfare, where you hear somebody's voice saying, "I hate you, I hate you. This is why nobody likes you. You should have never been born." And then it makes you second guess everything you do because only you can hear this, and it goes through your eyeballs and works off bone conduction. And this is legal as of right now. And I could do this. I could, if I go find somebody that knows how to do this, I could do it to anybody I want to. I could do it to military. I could do it to police. I could do it to neighbors. Any human being, any animal. We'll just widen the spectrum. Any human, any animal, any insect. Fuck, even the trees. Because the trees are going to be communicating in the future, telling us when there's bad stuff around. The frequency isn't right here. There's people doing illegal work here. Because it could blow up. This is what you call nuclear fusion. And this is very dangerous. It's been in the power lines ever since they went up. It's going to blow up. And that's why people playing in that box down there, that the transformer box that controls millivolts for gas lines, and then a guy says it controls shit for the amplifiers and the cable wires. I'm going to call bullshit right now. Because I hear that's the central office. That don't come from there. Because if that transformer doesn't turn off, they need them millivolts on that gas line. What the hell's the cable company doing in gas lines? Good question, huh? There's another one of them boxes up the street. I found one in another neighborhood up the street. It's a brand new box. And these are where these people are attacking from on surveillance tools, invasive tools, because it will go into the human body. So, war crimes and dissidents, the use of spyware against journalists and opposition figures sparked a political scandal in Greece. Huh, never heard that. But, anyways, rampant abuse of commercial spyware. Commercial. I hear advertisers are coming after people's dreams because the eyeball's nothing but a camera. Abuse of commercial spyware has led to growing calls from Western political leaders to limit access to them. And yet, their power makes the tools alluring to intelligence services, militaries, and law enforcement agencies, and democracies and autocracies alike. The story of NSO push to break into the United States market brings to life how these tensions have played out. Law enforcement. What would law enforcement want to do with these? Catch drug dealers, huh? Catch those who are pulling DNA out of human beings right through their smart meters, right through the electrical signals. Using because Nano's smaller, and Nano will grab the DNA and put it in a bubble and carry it off like a cell phone call. Manufacturing parts for computer chips, research and development for the substrates in the nano. These nano films that are on your cameras. This camera right here, there's a film there. It's a nano film. And these films are being pulled out and used and connected to power lines, connected to data lines, connected to smart meters, connected to plastics, any magneto-dielectric it could connect to, and it could be controlled. And where is this coming from? Here's the weather. You can see like this little like black. I can see this like black. It's like dirty electric up there. It's not blue skies. There's like a black, dirty electric up there. And it's almost like an air gap up there. Now, when you take these and put a magnetic pole on there, you could start to make a paramagnetic pole. When it's paramagnetic, that means you're creating magneto, which is wind and thrust, a magnetic thrust. And this is geoengineering, and this is what we have to worry about. Because now they've pulled the ground wires up from the telephone and create antennas. And when they create an antenna, it's an analog. This is still, we all went digital over here, but this is still running analog with feedback. Why? Who's going to stop this? Everything's supposed to be digital, not analog. So now I have all these Indian people that live in these apartments around here. Because they switched their system from analog to digital as of recently. And they got to come here and learn how to go to outer space by NASA. They signed a contract with NISAR, NASA, which NASA was here in the first place and literally almost killed me with these tools. For no reason, just playing video games. We'll just experiment on this guy, or maybe it's somebody I knew that they didn't like. Anything. If I don't like you, I'm going to come after you, take all your money, and then after you take all your money and drive you nuts, kill yourself or it'll kill you. And since the nano electronics were in the respirators and the hospitals during our pandemic issue, there's a lot of people who didn't make it, and they're fucking lucky if you ask me, because they don't have to deal with this shit anymore. They're pretty lucky. Lucky as shit they don't have to deal with it. Because I can only imagine with some of their money, the attorneys they would have hired. But the problem is it's all going behind closed doors, just like the executive orders that were signed whenever all these big shot computer guys 6 months ago or whenever it was, they had a meeting behind closed doors talking about these surveillance tools that they're using. And artificial intelligence is just running rampant. And who's going to stop people's artificial intelligences from hacking smart meters and spoofing the smart meters and causing load oscillations to go up and become analog, become antennas and signaling. More importantly, websites on the Tor, TOR, the Taurian Onion router, the Navy created. Like, I don't even want to finish reading paperwork. I'm getting tore up right now. There's an invasive bug. It's just vibrating, and it's causing me havoc, and it's up on my head and up on my sciatic nerve. Talk to you in the near future, my friend. Remember, frequencies resonate, internal energy neurologically developing. Surveillance states scaling stupidity, and it's not going to change. So I guess this is like civil war. You don't want to talk. Is this considered like civil war? All you guys running for representatives and stuff like that. If I come to a meeting and ask you these questions, are you going to not answer them? So then I start telling more people and see if they want answers. But if they're not feeling nothing, then it's okay. So then we have highly targeted individuals that you're trying to use as a weapon in hopes that they go out and start commit crimes. Obviously, there's nothing else to say. And let me take us to a doctor. Let me take us to a doctor and have a doctor read it. Then show the doctor some of the medical procedures that are coming out. Show the doctor some of the. How's a doctor going to answer questions about power lines? Could I ask you guys that question? How is a doctor supposed to answer questions about a power line where it's supposed to be the light company, the power company, the cell phone company, the gas company, the military, if they need to get involved, or these artificial intelligence companies like Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, D-Wave, just all these people, they're supposed to be the ones here. Now, there's IT guys up here at the police station, information technology people that have to deal with these surveillance tools. Why won't they show their faces? Why won't they talk and bring agencies in to discuss this? All of a sudden, it don't exist. They got to go see a mental health specialist. How do they talk to a mental health specialist about their asshole getting reamed out by a fucking invasive surveillance tool? They're gonna you're done. It's your shit can. You're wearing a tinfoil hat, huh? You're done. You're gonna defamate and negligate somebody's character. It's beautiful. Can't wait to see you in court.